Alright guys, get another video. It seems like I'm just knocking them out of the park here lately, but I tell you what, with times being the way they are, and I've got nothing but time on my hands right now, and I'm not complaining, because I'm one of the lucky few. I tell you, working for the government, more specifically the city, yeah, so I'm on civil leave, so it's been about, this Saturday, it'll be 3 weeks since I've been to work, and just sitting here, getting paid to sit here. Can't complain too loudly about that, but not here to brag, and again, I'm one of the lucky few. I know a lot of people out there are hurting right now, and my heart goes out to you. Hopefully this whole thing clears up and ends soon. So, got my prerequisite drink here, and UPS man came by today, so a little excited. I didn't want to wait to open this, and then in doing so, I figure might as well do it on camera. But it's something that's been on order for a while, as you can imagine. What? This? This shirt I got, I think in Colombia when I was fighting with the FARC rebels back in the day. But that's another story. Back to this. Old school tactical is what we're talking about. And if you don't know anything about that, then I don't know what to tell you. But it started with this. Old school tactical. This is a Shane Logan design, Flying Pig Games. Shane Logan doing some good work these days. Check his page out on Facebook, Jamworks, for updates and things of that nature. That was followed by Stalingrad Expansion. And that's Old School Tactical. Then you have Old School Tactical Volume 2. Now that's the Eastern Front. Then you get the Western Front, right? Good stuff there. You got your battle, the bulge, things and stuff. And what was this, the pocket battles thing for Volume 2. And your airborne module, also part of Volume 2. My hair looks like this because I just got out of the shower. Not that it has anything to do with anything, but 10-mile bike ride followed by a cold shower. That's been my recipe for success these days. And that's what you're seeing. If I could find something to open this with. So that brings us to this box that I need to open here. And yeah, this is what the UPS man brought. Very sizable box, but that's because I had ordered two things. There's Old School Tactical Volume 3, the base game, and then of course there's the accompanying module. I ordered this actually from Miniature Market. They're not paying me to say this. Nobody pays me for anything. I don't get paid to do reviews. I don't get free games. The whole time I've done this YouTube channel, the Facebook page, how many free games I've gotten from companies? One. And that's because I talked directly to the gentleman about something else, and that just came up as a side product. And that was David Heath, bless his heart, hooked me up with a free game. But that's it. You'd think I'd be swimming in free games. No, not the case. Nobody sends me anything. I do all this for free and out of love of the hobby. So there it is. I've seen pictures of it, and now I'm holding it in my hand, and feels impressive, because it is impressive. Old School Tactical. This is the 3rd volume, Pacific Theater, and it's going to contain all the Pacific Theater-y things that you've come to know and love, and dealing with the Pacific Theater. Looks like we got some bulletproof plastic here. And there's another surprise in here. Well, not for me, because I already know about it, but I don't know how else to put this, but it seems like seems as though I've been immortalized for the first time. We got some designer love when it comes to this Volume 3. Jesus. Let's go, yo. Alright, so we'll do the core module first, and then we'll get to the expansion. So I have to say, this wouldn't have been my first choice for the box art, but I like it. It's good stuff. It's not your cliche IJA stuff. So, good job there, Shane. I'm assuming that was your choice. A Shane Logan design, a Mark Walker game. What's the big deal about Old School Tactical? I don't know that there is a big deal. I mean, if there's a deal at all, it's just your basic tactical war game. I mean, think old school squad leader, stuff like that, but with action points, so that's the rub, right? And of course, this is not by any means the only game out there that uses action points, but this game uses it in a simple and effective manner, right? Conflict of Heroes also does so. As perhaps the best known, maybe, game, tactical-wise, that has incorporated action points, but they make it maybe arguably a little more fiddly than it needs to be. Now, that is in reference to the original Conflict of Heroes system. This 3rd edition stuff is, it's going to blow your socks off. So, but I'm not going to get into all that. So what we got here in the box? I'm all over the place. 4 dices, 2 black, 2 white, deck of cards, as you would expect. Should I open these? No, I'm not going to open those yet. Sorry, y'all. Version 5.6. I don't know what version we were up to prior to this, but now we're at version 5.6. Welcome to Old School Tactical. And of course, this is going to be everything you need to play. You don't need to own any of these others to play this. You can buy any of the core systems, Volume 2 or Volume 1, and be able to just play it right out of the box. Let me bring it down here, actually. It doesn't do me any good to look at me. So there's the rule book, right? And what are we looking at here? We be looking at over 20 pages of rules. And it's not necessarily tiny print, so, and there's the illustrated examples. Like thus. For example, here's an example. And there's another example, for example. So all this is laid out clearly enough. You're not going to run into any overly complex concepts in here. The whole idea is just to get you playing and having fun. Nobody's trying to be too clever with this system. They don't try and make it do more than it should. It's done very, very well. Here's our playbook, which contains scenarios and things of that nature, right? How many scenarios are in here, you ask? Well, I'll tell you, 16 scenarios. It's a good number, and these things have pretty good replayability, so you can play each of these a number of times before you get tired. And if you were wondering, of course, you see that? Bonsai attacks. You just, because how do you not? You just gotta. All right, so that is the playbook, and that consists of, I don't know how many pages, because the pages aren't numbered. So there you go. But this is not glossy. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but it's good stuff. I like it. It's gonna. Let's give it the lay flat test. We're on the game table here. Look at that. Lays flat, does just fine. Then we have some charts, some chart. If you're French, it's chart. So what do we got? Let's do it this way. Pacific terrain, offboard artillery, accuracy and drift, airstrikes, bogged down, freeing bogged vehicles, rally, turn sequence. And then on the back is your our infantry combat table and vehicle combat table. Brings us to the counters. And here's when my heart starts thumping. Here's one counter sheet front. Very nice color choices. Nothing too loud or distracting or unrealistic. I accept all these color hues with open arms. Sorry, I've got to check to see if that thing I've been telling you about is here. All right. Oh, there it is. All right, here's the other counter sheet. Before I announce this, look at the Marines down here and tell me if you see anything peculiar. And we're talking about names of leaders. All right, now here's what's up. If you look at this gentleman right here, you see that guy right there? His name is Sergeant Cruz. That is me. And Shane, before he this was released, he sent me a picture on Facebook of this counter, and I thought, yeah, that's great. And almost jokingly, I said, is that going to be in the game? And yeah, it's going to be in the game. So whenever you're playing this game, you can do whatever you like with me. You can get me killed. You can have the cat eat me. You can, I don't know, lose the counter and the couch. But you have free will now to do with me as you see fit. Some more counter sheets. There's the back. There's some information markers. And if we go back to, not to make this all about me, but so I don't have the highest rating, but 244. Looks like I have. That's all right. That's all right. You work your way up the ladder. All right, and then we have the Japanese, huh? Enough about me. It's about the game. Look at these guys. Again, the colors, very nice. It doesn't scare my eyes. And the artwork here is great. I won't name any names, but there is one game company in particular, and it sounds trivial, but I think I would be more accepting of their games. But for the love of God, I can't take the counter art seriously. It's just a joke. I feel like I'm looking at cartoons on Saturday morning. All right, here's a map, huh? I love these maps. They're huge. They've got like this, I don't know what you call it, like flat or, I can't think of the other word, like hue to it. But it just, and of course the camera isn't going to do this justice ever. But it's just dark enough, thick enough. It's like Heart of Darkness on a map. It's fantastic. And I saw this before it was released on a gentleman's YouTube channel. He was using this as like a placemat for his game table, and I said, wait, stop. What is that? Oh, that's the Old School Tactical Volume 3 map. Like, well, okay. Fantastic. So here it is. Huge map. You don't need necessarily any bigger than this. Anything bigger than this is just showing off. And I know I tend to do that, but you get too big, and you got to be able to reach with arm's length and comfortably move counters and stuff. So yeah, it's good stuff. And it's a tactical game, right? I mean, this isn't an operational strategic thing like Case Blue or anything like that where it needs to take up 15 living rooms. So that's the map. Good stuff, huh? I'm gonna bring it down a little more. There it is. Scale. Maybe some dices for scale. Huge, right? Ginormous. Beautiful map. Now this is single-sided. That's just fine. I've gone on record as saying I don't like mounted maps because they warp, etc. But I'm accepting of these. These are great, just great. And these things are thick enough. They're not going to warp too easily. But being that I do live in one of the most humid areas in the world, it's always a possibility I have to deal with. Then we have the expansion for it, right? If you're going to get that, you might as well get this. What's this? Hellbent. It's the expansion. There's the back. Huh? If you'll notice, motion stuff. And then we have our scenarios, Hellbent scenarios. How many scenarios? We're looking at 14 scenarios. So what is that, 28 scenarios out of these, the base game and the expansion? You can't beat that with a hockey stick. It's just good stuff. Yeah, I said that. And some counters, yeah. Looks like some naval infantry and some more Marines, some vehicles. There's that, and there's that. And guess what? Another map. And this is going to be no bigger and no smaller than the map I just showed you. Oh, old school tactical. You guys are so generous, and I never thank you enough for doing maps like this. Just the design, the aesthetic, the size, the colors. Oh my. I'm getting all hot and bothered here. There you go. Look at this. It's just like, I could stare at this and get lost in it and start thinking I live in it. I don't know. I've been in isolation too long, I think. I'm getting excited too easily. So that is the map from the expansion. Huh? Not bad. Not bad at all. Great. Great stuff. And if you're like me, these maps serve multiple purposes. You can cheat on old school tactical and use these for other games as well, be it Combat Commander, Conflict of Heroes, Squad Leader. So yeah, good stuff. I don't know that these maps are unrivaled. I think Conflict of Heroes does a good job, but then you don't get the size and impact that you do with these things. So that's the expansion, and that's the unboxing. Hellbent. Great name, by the way. Very clever. And the core game, Old School Tactical. Volume 3. Right there, y'all. What do you think, huh? You sold? You're gonna get your copy? If you do so, maybe try Miniature Market. That's where I ordered this from. But I imagine these will go fast, so. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. You can be sure of that. Bye-bye.